Stop. If you are over 60 and still doing this one thing every single night before you go to bed, you are silently destroying your joints, wiping out your memory, and stealing hours of the deep sleep your body desperately needs to heal. And the most frightening part? You probably have no idea you are doing it. By the time this video ends, you will know exactly what this hidden habit is, why it hits people over 60 so much harder than anyone else, and the simple steps that thousands of older adults have already used to restore their joints, sharpen their minds, and wake up feeling genuinely rested for the first time in years. Stay with me until the very end, because the most important piece of this puzzle is coming later, and it changes everything. I want you to know, I understand. After 60, your body starts sending you signals you were never taught to read. You wake up stiff. You forget words that were right there a moment ago. You lie in bed exhausted, but your mind refuses to quiet down. You are not imagining it. You are not just getting old. Something is actually wrong, and it is fixable. Everything I am sharing with you today is drawn from real scientific research. Studies published in peer-reviewed medical journals, conducted by doctors and researchers who specifically studied people in your age group. This is not my opinion. This is evidence. But the most dangerous mistake, the one that connects your joint pain, your foggy memory, and your broken sleep into one single pattern, that comes a little later in this video. Almost everyone over 60 makes it every single day without realizing it. Keep watching. Before we go further, drop your age and where you are watching from in the comments. I read every single one. And if this channel has been helping you, we are just a few subscribers away from 1,000. It would mean the world to have you be part of that. Let's start with something almost everyone over 60 does without a second thought. You lie down in bed, you feel tired, but sleep will not come easily. So you reach for your phone or switch on the television. It feels harmless. It feels like winding down. It is not. After 60, your body produces significantly less melatonin, the hormone that tells your brain it is time to sleep. This is a natural part of aging, but the screens you stare at in the hour before bed emit blue light that actively suppresses whatever melatonin your body is still trying to make. Research confirms that blue light exposure in the evening can delay the onset of deep sleep by up to 90 minutes. And for people over 60 whose sleep architecture is already more fragile, this is genuinely dangerous. Deep sleep is when your joints regenerate. It is when your brain flushes out the cellular waste products linked to memory loss. Without enough of it, you wake up in pain, thinking slowly, and feeling exhausted no matter how many hours you spend in bed. The solution is simple. Turn off all screens at least 1 hour before bed. Replace that time with something that uses dim, warm light, reading a physical book, gentle stretching, or simply sitting in quiet. Within 2 weeks, most people over 60 who follow this notice they fall asleep faster and wake up with less stiffness. That is not a coincidence. That is your body finally getting the deep sleep it has been starved of. Here is something that feels like it should be true, but is quietly making things worse. When your joints hurt, you rest them. You stop walking as much. You skip the activities that cause discomfort. This feels like the safe, cautious thing to do. But as you get older, this logic becomes a trap, and a dangerous one. Scientists have found that cartilage, the cushioning material inside your joints, does not have its own blood supply. It gets its nutrients entirely from the fluid that moves through the joint when you move. When you stop moving, that cartilage starves. It thins, it breaks down faster. The pain you were trying to protect yourself from actually gets worse. A study published in a medical journal tracked older adults with knee and hip pain over 6 months. Those who followed a gentle daily movement routine experienced a significant reduction in pain scores, while those who rested reported worsening discomfort. Movement is not the enemy of your joints. Stillness is. The solution is not to push through sharp pain. That is a warning signal worth respecting. But gentle, low-impact movement every single day is proven to slow cartilage breakdown and reduce inflammation naturally. A 20-minute walk, swimming, gentle cycling, chair-based exercises. Pick one and do it daily. Your joints will thank you within weeks. If you are dealing with stiff joints and broken sleep right now, type yes in the comments. You are not alone in this, and knowing that matters. Here is a fact that surprises most people. After 60, the connection between what you eat in the evening and how well your brain recovers overnight becomes far more direct than it was when you were younger. And millions of older adults are unknowingly making a mistake every single night at dinner or afterward. The mistake is eating foods that spike blood sugar late in the day. Refined bread, white rice, sweet snacks, sugary drinks. When blood sugar rises sharply in the evening, your body releases insulin to bring it back down. This surge and crash disrupts your sleep cycles, prevents you from reaching the deep sleep stages where memory consolidation happens, and triggers inflammation throughout the body, including in the brain. Experts in aging and neurology have confirmed that chronic blood sugar instability in people over 60 is one of the leading accelerators of age-related memory decline. The brain's ability to clear out toxic buildup overnight, a process called glymphatic clearance, is heavily dependent on reaching deep, uninterrupted sleep. Disrupt the sleep, and that waste sits in your brain longer. The solution is to make your evening meal protein-rich and low in refined carbohydrates. Grilled fish, leafy greens, legumes, eggs. Finish eating at least 2 to 3 hours before bed. If you need something after dinner, a small handful of walnuts or a few pieces of dark fruit. Not biscuits, not bread, not sweets. This one change has helped many older adults notice sharper thinking within a matter of weeks. As you get older, your sense of thirst weakens. This is not something most people are warned about. After 60, your body's thirst signals become less reliable, which means you can be significantly dehydrated without ever feeling particularly thirsty. And the consequences of chronic mild dehydration after 60 are far more serious than most people realize. Joint cartilage is roughly 65 to 80% water. When you are even mildly dehydrated, that cartilage loses its ability to absorb impact and glide smoothly. The friction increases, the pain increases, and the damage accumulates quietly over time. But it does not stop there. Research confirms that even mild dehydration, as little as 1 to 2% of body weight, measurably impairs memory, concentration, and reaction time, particularly in adults over 60 whose kidneys are less efficient at conserving water. The solution is simple but requires building a conscious habit because you cannot rely on thirst alone anymore. Drink water first thing in the morning before you do anything else. Keep a glass visible wherever you spend the most time during the day. Aim for 6 to 8 glasses spread across waking hours, not all at once and not too close to bed. Herbal teas count. Clear broths count. Sodas and coffee do not. This one habit, done consistently, can reduce joint aching, improve mental clarity, and help your body recover better overnight. It is free, it is immediate, and almost nobody over 60 is doing it properly. Here is a surprising fact. Your brain physically shrinks slightly when you are dehydrated. And after 60, the effects on thinking speed are measurable within just a few hours of inadequate fluid intake. How many glasses of water did you have yesterday? Think about it honestly. After 60, the way your body handles stress changes in ways that most people have never been told. When you are young, your body releases cortisol, the primary stress hormone, and then recovers from it relatively quickly. As you age, that recovery takes longer. Cortisol lingers. And if you go to bed carrying the tension and worry of the day unresolved, your cortisol levels stay elevated through the night. Elevated cortisol at night does 3 things that directly harm you. It suppresses deep sleep. It breaks down joint tissue by promoting inflammation. And it interferes with the brain's ability to form and store memories. Scientists have found that chronically elevated nighttime cortisol in older adults is strongly linked to faster cognitive decline, increased joint degeneration, and persistent sleep disorders. This is not about eliminating stress from your life. That is not realistic. It is about creating a clear boundary between your day and your sleep. The ancient practice of a structured wind-down ritual, used by cultures around the world for thousands of years, is now backed by modern science as one of the most effective natural tools for lowering cortisol before sleep. About 30 minutes before bed, write down 3 things that are weighing on your mind. Not to solve them, just to get them out of your head and onto paper. Then write 3 things, however small, that were good about your day. This simple practice has been shown to lower pre-sleep anxiety and help the brain shift into rest mode. Combine it with slow, deliberate breathing, 4 counts in, 4 counts hold, 6 counts out, and your body will begin to release the tension it has been carrying all day. Do this every night for 2 weeks. and notice what changes. There is a nutrient deficiency so common in adults over 60 that some researchers call it an invisible epidemic. It is magnesium. After 60, your intestines absorb magnesium less efficiently, and your kidneys excrete more of it. Many common medications also deplete it further. The result is that a large proportion of older adults are chronically low in a mineral involved in over 300 processes in the human body, including the regulation of sleep, the reduction of inflammation in joints, and the protection of nerve cells involved in memory. A study published in a medical journal found that older adults with low magnesium levels had significantly poorer sleep quality, higher levels of inflammatory markers, and worse performance on memory tests compared to those with adequate levels. Restoring magnesium to healthy levels improved all three areas. The solution begins with food. Dark leafy greens, pumpkin seeds, almonds, black beans, and whole grains are among the richest natural sources. If you are not regularly eating these, it is worth speaking to your doctor about whether supplementation is appropriate for you. Do not start any supplement without checking first, especially if you are on medication. But do not ignore this gap either. It is real, it is common, and correcting it has helped restore sleep, ease joint discomfort, and sharpen thinking for many older adults who had no idea what was missing. Now, the moment I promised you from the very beginning. The most important point. The one that sits underneath everything else I have told you today. The single most destructive thing you can do to your joints, your memory, and your sleep after 60 is this: treating them as three separate problems. Almost every older adult who struggles with all three is searching for three different solutions: a pill for the joints, a supplement for the memory, a remedy for the sleep, and they remain stuck because they are fighting symptoms instead of the root. Here is what research has now confirmed with increasing clarity. Inflammation is the common thread. Chronic low-grade inflammation, the kind that quietly burns in the body for years without obvious signs, damages joint cartilage, disrupts the brain's nightly cleanup cycle, and fragments deep sleep all at once. Address the inflammation, and all three begin to heal together. Every point in this video, the screen time, the movement, the food, the water, the stress, the magnesium, all of it targets inflammation from a different angle. You do not need to do everything at once, but you need to understand that these are not separate battles. They are one. Once you see that, the path forward becomes clear. Start tonight with the simplest thing. Put the screens away 1 hour before bed. Drink a glass of water before you sleep, and write down what is on your mind. That is 3 changes in one evening, and they work together, not separately, to begin turning this around. Here is what I want you to take with you. After 60, your joints, your memory, and your sleep are all connected through one underlying process. And the habits you build tonight begin to change that process immediately. You are not powerless here. You never were. Start tonight. Not tomorrow, tonight. 1 hour without screens, 1 glass of water, 3 thoughts on paper. That is enough to begin. Watch the video appearing on your screen right now. It goes even deeper into what your body needs after 60 to truly heal and recover. You will want to see it. And if this video gave you something real today, a new way of seeing what has been holding you back, then subscribe. Not because I am asking you to, but because every week I bring you more of this. Science-backed, clearly explained, built specifically for the stage of life you are in right now. You deserve information that actually understands you. Take care of yourself. Your body still has so much capacity to heal. It just needs you to stop working against it.